Hello, and welcome to Declaration of Sentiments, the Remix. I am Pauline Toole, the Commissioner of the Department of Records and Information Services. You might be wondering why the Department of Records is co-sponsoring this event. My agency, after all, preserves and makes available the records of city government dating from 1645 to the present. As you might expect, governmental records are largely organized around city offices and officials, historically mostly male. But the archives also contains the stories of regular people, of women and men who made government more responsive, who protested injustice, and who broke barriers. The Mayor Bill de Blasio, has asked all agencies to develop an equity agendas. This is an important mission, and for us, our goal is to have government records illuminate these stories and connect to today's diverse communities. As part of this program to engage diverse communities with history, we are coordinating a 5-year program to celebrate the thousands of women who spent decades agitating for women's rights, equal rights, including the right to vote, which was won by American women in 1920, less than a century ago. In the upcoming 5 years, we are going to celebrate both well-known and unsung activists. We will connect with efforts today, including campaigns such as Not for Sale to end sex trafficking, or the Upstander campaign to stop domestic violence, and we hope to inspire future activists. One way we are doing this is by soliciting stories of women activists past and present, which will be collected in an online catalog that becomes part of the archives. So stay tuned for 5 years of programming. Tonight, we have gathered a remarkable group of artists to help kick off the 5-year celebration. Today also marks the 200th birthday of Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who organized the first Women's Rights Convention in Seneca Falls in 1848 and authored the Declaration of the Rights of Women, which will be remixed tonight. You will hear a lot about the Declaration from an extraordinary group of artists, activists, and public figures who will celebrate in song, poetry, dance, and video. The Declaration was a revolutionary document in 1848. It launched a movement for equality that continues throughout the world today. Consider this passage. Now, in view of this entire disenfranchisement of 1/2 of the people of this country, their social and religious degradation, in view of the unjust laws above mentioned, and because women do feel themselves aggrieved, oppressed, and fraudulently deprived of their most sacred rights, we insist that they have immediate admission to all the rights and privileges which belong to them as citizens of these United States. The original impact of these words reverberates today and will continue to do so as long as true equality for women remains a goal, not a reality. American women have come a long way since Elizabeth Cady Stanton launched a revolution, and we should celebrate. But work remains to be done. Do your part. Enjoy tonight. And now, we're going to start the program, and I am honored to introduce the sublime Tara Brown. Thank you. And I have some acknowledgments, and then another introduction. So first, I want to give a shout out to someone who's not here, and that is the Mayor, Bill de Blasio. He's great. And in particular, I would like to note that in this administration, for the first time ever, the majority of decision makers are women, 53%. Now, I expect every single person here to go out and tell that to somebody, because it's a big deal. And I gotta say, when Prime Minister Trudeau made 50% of his cabinet women, like it was all over the place. Now let's get this story out there. We are making a difference in New York City, and we're 53% of the women. Okay. So, thank you, Mayor. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge Cooper Union, who's hosting this with us and really has been so generous, and let's give them a big. Thirdly, we have this amazing array of talent tonight, largely because of our fabulous producing partner, The Office. They're extremely generous and talented, so a shout out to Oli Chanoff, Nadine Gellner, and Rachel Chanoff for making this happen. Fourth, we have a little Energizer bunny in our office, Tracy Penn Sweet. She's been the coordinator of this. So when you go to Women's Activism NYC, Tracy made that happen. It's all good. Finally, the archive staff who are here, they're really amazing people who are connecting our historical records to a diverse New York City, and they're doing it by sheer grit, and it's really a pleasure to work with them. So thanks to them. So back to the programming. We have some special guests tonight. They are from a neighborhood preservation association that's existed since the late 70s, good old Lower East Side. A shout out to Executive Director Damaris Reyes and Coordinator Io Harrington, who partnered with the Mayor's Fund to advance New York City this year in providing shelter and assistance to all of those people from this community who were displaced with the building fire and collapse. So thank you to them. Now, I have to say, it gives me such great pleasure, and I don't know that I can actually say this without crying, but it gives me such pleasure to introduce the next performer, who is a graduate of New York City's Beacon High School. The first time I heard her sing, she made me cry. She is a freshman at Fordham and an award winner, a wonderful singer, Marla Louisan.